riding around my city. You should come right with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me, sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new way, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world of makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see.
What's good, family? I mean, what is there really to discuss about tonight's game? Let's just keep it real. It's really not too much to say about tonight's game. We got a major butt kicking. Granted, we was down a lot of players, but I mean, just to get embarrassed like that, they embarrassed the shit out of us tonight, man. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I thought we would at least be a little bit more competitive. He said, I thought you was gonna cancel tonight. No, man. I ain't gonna cancel, but I guarantee you this show probably gonna be the shortest post game live we've done. Because I mean, I don't know what. I just thought maybe was gonna be a little bit more competitive. I really didn't think we was gonna win the game, if I was to be completely honest. When I saw our injury report, I was like, "There's no way. It's just no way, man." We played tough for a hot minute, and then looked like, what was that? The second quarter, man, is when they started pulling away, and it was just downhill. After that, man, I dropped the link real quick, man. I mean, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, we competed we competed for what? A quarter and a half. We competed for about a quarter and a half, and then the wheels just came off, and then it really came off in the third quarter. You know, at least at halftime it was respectable, like 12. But that third quarter, the wheels just came off the whole damn team, man. Like, and I will say this. What I did learn tonight, I learned this tonight, guys. I learned that to me, DeAndre Hunter isn't a we know he ain't no generational talent. He's not a number one. Tonight was a good chance for him to dominate and show what he was made of. Could he take it to another level? Didn't show me that tonight. I mean, he had a little spurt going on in the third when they was trying to run away with it. Besides that, I mean, I wasn't impressed with him. Wanted to see a little bit more out of AJ Griffin also. I thought he was going to, give us a little bit more, given he was going to have ample opportunity to shoot the ball and play more of a complete game tonight, but he didn't really stand out tonight either, man. Hold on, let me bring on Ticket. What's good, my guy?
Man, second quarter, tires went flat. We was on 4 donuts. Third quarter, I ain't never seen a donut go flat. You ever seen one?
Bruh.
But nah, I got a few notes. I ain't think we was gonna win when I saw the injury report, but
yeah, man.
But I do feel like there was some opportunities out there for some players to actually earn their keep a little bit more. It was an opportunity for them to play an expanded role, and I got to start with a Kongwu, man. 6 points and 10 rebounds.
Terrible,
If
bro.
If he's coming off the bench and giving us that, I'll take that.
Right,
But if you a starter, you got to give me a double double at least. Gotta give me a double double.
I agree, man. I agree.
Next thing, Hunter, 19 points, not bad. But going back to one rebound. John Morant down there out rebounding him tonight.
Man, listen, bro. Listen, I point stuff like that out, man. I point stuff like that out, and it showed, bruh. I don't know why he's scared to crash the boards or whatnot, but like I said earlier, man, to me, DeAndre Hunter didn't really stand out. I thought he was going to put on a little show, man. I thought DeAndre Hunter should have had about 25 points tonight. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
he was just, I don't know what the hell he was doing tonight, man.
One rebound, like I said, not gonna cut it. Forrest had some, I don't know. Obviously, it was miscommunication, but bruh, he threw a pass with conviction. Wasn't nobody there on the 3. And then the other one, I think Culver made him look bad on that one. Cause he tried to throw the oop, and Culver ass ain't even jump. And then I think the announcer said, "What is he doing?"
Bro, we look like a real legit like G League rec team in the NBA, bro. Like we look. I don't know what happened. We was competitive through the first quarter, and that midway in the second, I just thought we couldn't steal a bucket, man. And then they just that third quarter, man, I was just like, Jesus.
They you saw why they 4th in the league in defense.
I understand that, man, but bro, how much we end up losing by 30 something?
I think they knocked it under 30. It might have been 30 on the dot, I think. I got some more on this hit list now. I got 2 more. Jalen Johnson. He was more lively than he usually is. I give him that, but he got to get in the weight room. Jalen got to get in the weight room, bro. In transition, obviously, that's where a lot of us talk about. That's when Jalen is at his best. Mm-hmm. Bro, did you see that man in transition? I'm thinking he about to do a euro for a layup or a dunk, and he let the damn boy just snatch the shit, Drake London style. I'm like, bruh.
Bro, it felt like anything that could go wrong tonight, it went wrong in that midway to the second and the third. We couldn't do nothing right, bro. Like I was just like, man, this is.
And I got to shout out. Jaren Jackson Jr., bro.
Man, he had like 5 blocks in like the first 10 minutes of the game.
Man had 8 blocks, bro. And we already can't shoot. So if you can't shoot and you can't get in the paint either, it's a long night, bro.
I'll tell you. But that's all I got. Bro. I'll tell you one thing. We really missed Capella tonight, dog. Cause
you ain't lying.
They was eating tonight. I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
You ain't lying.
What's up, Anders? What's your thoughts on the game tonight, man?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I don't see us being up here much long. Ain't much to even sum up tonight, bro. This was like I thought, coming when I looked at the injury report, I was like, if we could just stay at it like the Brooklyn game, then maybe we got a chance to strike at the end.
We wasn't gonna do that.
But after that second, third quarter, it's like they just poured it all out, And I thought the biggest issue to me, I want to point out a couple things, but the biggest issue to me was our defense. I thought at times our offense got what we needed. We just couldn't get a stop. We would go down the floor. We'll get 2 big buckets, and then we'll give up 4. We'll give up 5
or 6.
Exactly. So so we'll go on an 8-0 run, and then they'll come back and they'll go on a 10-0 run. So it was just like, man, can we ever just get back to to get back?
Can
in
we
the
sustain
game?
Something?
Exactly. And also, we're the past couple games we left too many points on the floor, or no, I'm sorry, we left too many points at the free throw line. We were 17 for 22 tonight. Seemed like Big O, he'll make first one, miss that one every time. Like,
but
gosh,
that's the only thing. That's the only thing he did like Capella tonight.
Right. Well, I thought his rebounds were a big improvement from the last games. I thought he was big on the offensive boards. He listen, Jaren Jackson, dude. I knew coming in the night, I was like, that dude, he gonna eat the night. Yeah, exactly. Like that's like
different. He would have did Capella like that, but he still would have got his though.
Yeah, Capella maybe would have had 1 or 2 blocks. But man, Jaren Jackson, he was like, and then if they didn't call some of those blocks fouls, he would have more blocks. He
probably had 12,
bro.
He was getting it, dog. He was getting it tonight.
Yeah, but so I thought the free throws and the defense, but I can't. Although you always want to get a win, I'm still feeling just a little bit encouraged. We play a hard game last night in overtime. We were down more people. Trey was out this time. Clint was out this time. We lost a key shooter in Bogey. Well, we didn't lose him, but he was out for that knee management for this game. So it was kind of like, if we win, I don't know how we just did that. If we lose, that's kind of like let's just go and move on.
We got a good chance to go 5-2 in this 7-game stretch.
I was going to bring that up next. I think we can go 6-1. Really, our next.
Well, we lost. Oh well, we play Chicago one more time.
I like our matchup against Chicago because I think we may be fully healthy by then. Because I think we can beat Charlotte, Orlando, Detroit.
We play Orlando twice.
Yeah, if we can gain ground with that and we can get back over 500 a little bit, then I think we'll be in decent shape.
Well, are y'all talking about making a run with this group right here? Or you talk about with some people come back from injury?
Well, Trey.
No, this next 7 games, Trey and Capella, that was just low management.
Yeah, that was low management.
And Bogey, that was just low management. They wouldn't hurt her.
Okay.
Low management. We barely around 500 and we in low management. Okay.
Talk to the players. They the one who need the day off.
That's the medical staff. You can't override that.
Matt said, if I gotta work, everybody gotta work. Goddamn.
You're right.
Hey, me and Matt didn't get off till late last night. I was like, hey Matt, like you got work tomorrow? He was like, oh, I was like, because it was like 3:00. He was like, yeah, I do got work in the morning. Yeah, Matt, if I gotta work, then everybody gotta work.
Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I had to, terminate somebody today, and I was looking at him, and I just pictured Nate the whole time. I was saying,
maybe you need to quit firing folks. Maybe you need to quit firing folks. Because every time you fire somebody, we lose.
We gotta go in a different direction. I was just staring at Nate. I had a picture on my laptop, a face over Nate over the camera. Wow. Or the overlay over the camera, and I was just thinking to myself,
what did Nate do to get fired tonight?
This man, no, not tonight, but tonight, but yeah.
Well, what happened?
Matt,
what happened tonight, Matt? What happened?
I mean, Memphis is a very good team. I've been saying that the last 3 years. They're a very good team. They do a very good job with drafting. They don't really have any bad players on their roster. I mean, as good as Kenny Lofton looked in Summer League and in the draft combine, he don't even play. He on their G League team. So, I mean, they have a very, if I could say any team does scouting better than us since Travis got here, it's probably Memphis. They do, they have a lot of talent. But still, having said that, I feel like we could have kept the game close if we were just intentional about the shots we were getting and some type of direction, out on a court where it's like, even if we go somewhere,
they was missing easy ass shots, man. Wide open.
The game was already over after that. I mean, most of them shots was already down.
And it's hard when you don't have a floor general at the point guard position as well. That's normally where your direction come from. Like at
Looking
least
Forrest is
they
good.
had Tyus Jones.
I mean, that's true. I mean, Tyus Jones is better than Trent Forrest, but I thought
Yeah,
Trent
I'm just
Forrest.
saying Tyus Jones can make a jump shot, but he's more of like he's a floor general as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. I just wish, the way that they were. I know they were some of it because they were winning, but the way that they complimented Tyler Jenkins and call him a strategist, and you know, what I'm saying, and I really think he is one of the better strategists in the league and well coached, teams in the league.
He's a good coach. He's a good coach.
I just wish they would say that about us sometimes. We were well coached. We were well directed.
I
We
don't
have
give
a
a damn
system
what
out
the
there.
media say.
Well, I'm saying, but it doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from somewhere.
Bro, Taylor Jenkins, I don't mean I got respect for Taylor, but he ain't did no more than Nate.
Well, that's a different conversation. But
Matt talking like this Taylor Jenkins dude won a championship or something.
no,
Yeah,
he hasn't won a championship. He hasn't won a championship. But what I'm saying, he has improved the win total every year he's been there. He had, they have defined. They could put in G leaguers. They could put in rookies.
He been to the conference finals.
No, but he hasn't been coaching for 20
All right,
years.
then, so he ain't done more than Nate with
but
us.
he hasn't been coaching for 20 years. Like Nate
I said,
has.
Nate with us. I said with us.
Yeah. If you just take Atlanta Nate, Taylor's resume ain't as good as Nate's, is what he's saying.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. How long we gonna keep milking this conference finals thing, man? Like,
what?
How long we gonna keep milking this conference finals, bro?
As long as people
hold on. Bro, it ain't. It ain't like we the Celtics and milking that 2008 from 20 years ago. It ain't like we doing that. This 2 years ago. We just saying when you talk about now Taylor, I respect it. Like I say, he a good coach, but when people say I wish and start comparing stuff, I mean, he might be the next nice thing, but he hasn't done anything more than what Nate's done. I mean, he been to the play.
I won't say that. You talk about the 51 season they had last year, top 5 in offense and defensive rating last year. I mean, just they ran into the NBA champions. So I mean, in the game 7 of the second round. So
I mean, we done ran into LeBron twice in our.
Well, we're talking about with Nate being here.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
So,
saying that.
So
Taylor
I
Jenkins
mean,
is a good coach.
He's a very good coach.
I ain't taking that away with him. I just don't like the I wish and then bring it back to the Hawks. When it ain't.
I wish we had a 56-win team. I wish we were top 5 in offense and defense. I do wish those things.
We had a 60-win team and got swept.
I'm talking about
regular season don't mean nothing.
You keep going in history. I'm talking about the last 4 years.
I guess what I worry about is more the end result. Now, obviously, you got to have a half decent regular season record to contribute to make it easier to get to the end result. But the wins don't matter in the regular season if it doesn't end in a championship.
I mean, ultimately, yes, but you wouldn't be happy. You're telling me you wouldn't be happy if we had, what are they, 21-7, 22-6,
It would
something like that?
It would be worse if we didn't win the championship. Like if we went 42 and 40 and we didn't win the championship, still gonna suck, but it's not gonna be as bad as if we win 60 games and then we got this false hope and then we end up losing in the first round.
I mean, listen, I will say though, in fairness to Taylor, Ja did get hurt. So, he was out for I think 2-3 games in that series. So that's unfortunate.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is always context, but yeah. I'm just thinking about the end result. The end result is your resume.
I think he has a good blueprint. In a few years, they probably going to be that team that's really setting the tone. Maybe not now.
I think so. I mean,
I think in the next year. I mean, all they need is a small forward, really.
I mean, personally, I'm not really all that sold on Jaren Jackson. Personally, I think he's a great athlete, but I've seen a lot of his tape, like in the playoff. He makes a lot of boneheaded decisions.
He won't make them this year. You got to learn from experience.
Right. I hear that. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going off what I've seen. Like,
but he a top 3 pick, though, analyst, so you don't get, like, that room for error like that.
Yeah, like,
we have to understand about Jaren Jackson, you know.
I'm also looking at him, you know, he's 7 feet. He's not really as dominant of a rebounder as I would want him to be.
No. I agree with that.
He does
but he play on a perimeter a lot, though, so that impacts.
No, we talking, but when you defensively, though, Matt, like you got
8 blocks,
defensively rebound. Yeah, 8 blocks is good.
Yeah, he got a good job defensive rebounding.
Defensively, listen, I'll give it to him. I'm just saying on the glass, right?
That's never been a strong suit.
On the glass, like I think he's gotten better. But for me, when I see a dude that size, you got to be able to play some 5, man. Like, you got to be able to bang if you need to. Like, I can't always have a big next to you. Like, there may be some rotations late in the game where, you know, we need some extra shooting. Maybe we need an extra perimeter guy. So you got to be able to play. He can do it. I don't think it's like great.
I don't think he wants to do it.
He shoots 35%. From 3, so that's pretty good.
He also got a little bit of an injury history too. So like his body is broken down on him a little bit.
It don't look like he in top shape.
But he went
I don't know. I'm just he was
bigger. He was a lot bigger when he was younger. Like he was.
Put that Nate screen.
You know.
The one thing I'm gonna say though,
you say do what, analyst?
To put that Nate comment on the screen.
Oh, hold up.
The one thing I'm gonna say is this: if somebody made the comment,
hey, he got a case. He got a case. He got a case.
Tonight was the night that showed us that if push comes to shove, DeAndre Hunter should not be untraded. Like DeAndre Hunter, if a team came calling with a good enough deal, like a Siakam OG deal.
You started drinking early, I see.
You said what?
You started drinking early, I see.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this, man.
Let me get in here.
I think that Hunter is a good young player, but I don't know, man. Like these are the games. Like if you're getting blown out, I hear that. But you gotta at least show me something, man.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to trade a Conwoo.
Hey, I said that. I said that at the beginning. I said that at the beginning of the show, man. I said tonight we learned. I said tonight we learned that DeAndre Hunter is not an elite talent. I said it at the very beginning of the show.
He's just an athletic body. But he just an underdog.
By the way, it's like if you have a team that's already like structured and you want to get a nice role player piece, that's cool to have him. I'm comfortable rolling with him. I'm just saying if Toronto came calling like yo,
y'all gotta have that.
I want a guy that's just as injured as he is.
Hey, you know what?
Man, you can't sit here and tell us that getting Siakam don't make us better. Come on, man.
Matt and analysts, let me ask y'all this.
No, he was talking about OG. He was talking about OG.
I'm Matt and analysts.
No, he said both.
Injury history included, because they both injury prone. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have OG on this team or Hunter going forward? Keep it above.
Hunter.
Oh, I'll take Hunter if it's straight up now. I thought you said Siakam. And OG.
Hunter over OG.
I'll take Hunter. Yeah, even though Hunter is a middle class Jeff Green.
Is that good enough, Joe? Like
he's a middle class Jeff Green.
Are we good? Are we okay with that?
He's a better shooter than Jeff Green ever was.
I said that's why I said middle class. I ain't say poor man's. Poor man's mean he's a little worse. He a little bit better than Jeff Green, but his game just like Jeff Green when he came out.
What I've seen from
I was thinking a less athletic Harrison Barnes, but
he better Harrison Barnes now. He better.
I don't say he better than Harrison Barnes.
He better than Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes put up a 20-point season, right, Damon? You remember that?
OG or Hunter right now?
Oh, you said OG or Hunter?
Remember
OG
what, man?
or Hunter right now? Plug and play. You still thinking Hunter?
Hunter.
You still?
I'll take the Hunter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Give me OG, man. Give me OG.
Why?
Give me OG.
I'll take
Point. Hey, bro. Point sound like he done with these boys, man.
You don't. Hey, how you feel about Conway?
Hey, Point ready to make some deals now, baby.
Right,
Point, Point said, I done seen enough. I'm ready to make a trade.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Somebody said it yesterday's show. I forget who it was, but they brought up a great point. Look, man, if they are available via trade, you cannot go in there on some. We'll give you these pieces, but
next year.
You know what I mean? Like you gotta gotta be able to
Point,
bring up the
point,
check.
point.
No.
Point,
I'm not going all in. I'm not going all in this season with,
I'm not saying you're going all in. I'm not saying you're going all in.
Point.
I'm saying if a deal is on the table, it's right in front of you. You did your due diligence. They say, hey, you know what? These guys really do want to get up out of here. Give me Collins, Hunter, 2 picks. Are you not doing that?
I'll take that shit. He can get out.
No. Well, Collins, that's a different discussion. But Hunter, he's untradeable. I won't say he's untradeable.
Matt, let me ask you
something. He's untradeable. For OG, he's untradeable.
Matt, what would it take for you to move him, or for you to be open to the idea for him?
Hunter?
Yeah.
It would have to be like Paul George level player for me to move off of Hunter. Because it's not about what Hunter is today. It's about what Hunter's going to be next year and the following.
Hell no. You don't even. How many years Hunter been in the league?
He only been in the league,
bro. You've been in the league.
Normally, when a player develops into a, it might be 4. Normally, when a player develops into a star or a superstar, is normally year 3.
4. No, it's year 4.
Paul
George,
no,
didn't
3.
Hit year 4. Kawhi didn't hit to year 4. It's plenty of good.
Those were projects. No, those were projects. Hunter was a top pick. He don't get that same time.
But Gerald, I said this all the time. Every draft is not.
Fairness, though, Gerald.
Yes, he was the 4th best player in that draft.
Very top heavy.
That was not.
That draft class wasn't really all that deep. It was very top heavy.
Hey, the money don't care. The money still pay the same. So you gotta perform.
What of the top 4 pick? He got less money than Bridges at number 12 in the same draft.
Well, shit, that's on his agent.
I mean, that's true.
No, I'm just saying every draft is not the same. Like you can't start saying this because this guy was picked 4 in this draft and this guy was.
So you hold up.
Draft is different.
So do you not feel like Hunter's been a bust so far?
No,
I don't think he's been a bust.
Because
how much time do you give him before you say he's a bust?
I don't think he's a bust. I just think he's a glorified role player. And if we are comfortable with that, then cool. But I don't think
he ain't even
going to a top 2 option.
I think I don't know, Jared. Like, are you saying he's a bust because he was picked 4 and you expect a 4th overall pick to be like a star player? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But I guess I can see where you're coming from. But Hunter, every draft isn't the same. Like a number 4 in one year, maybe a number 6 in another year. Like it's different.
So what was the dude name? He got picked first from Cleveland. Not Kyrie, the guy before him, dark skinned dude.
Anthony Bennett.
Oh,
Bennett.
So I mean, obviously Anthony Bennett got picked number 1. So is he not a bust?
No, he's a bust. But Hunter's nowhere close to that.
And I don't think the Hawks openly like drafted Hunter with the expectation of like, you are going to become.
I don't need him to be a superstar. I'm not looking for that. What I'm looking for out of Hunter, you got to be able to. I think who was it that said it? I think Gary Payton said this. A role player affects the game in one way. Okay, that's normally a specialist, like a 3-point shooter, or like something like that, or a defensive specialist. A star, he affects the game in at least two ways. That's where you get like your Murrays. I'm gonna put all defense in one, so I'm not gonna put Capella in that, even though he affects defense more than one way. But and then you have superstars that affect the game in at least 3 different ways. That's where you got like Trey, LeBron, KD, people like that. I just want Hunter to be a star. So I want him to be able to affect the game in 2 ways consistently. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I think he'll grow into that, but I don't think he's been given a consistent. Well, 1, he hasn't been healthy, but 2, I don't think he's been given a real consistent role. Like, this is the first year, even Collins is still on the team, but this is the first year where like, all right, you're like the legit third option. So I don't really think it's fair to like put him in a box just yet. And then I know Damon calls him a liar, but our great GM and president, when they was asking for a comparison for Hunter, when they asked Travis for a comparison for Hunter, he didn't name a star. I don't think a star. Like, he named, somewhat of a hybrid between Michael Finley and Bruce. Bowen from San Antonio back in the day.
But what?
Bruce Bowen.
So here's my thing.
Well, that tells me like he didn't say.
Who else was in that draft that got picked after him?
After him,
Jared Culver. Okay.
That was the Cam Reddish draft, no?
Yeah, Cam Reddish draft. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Jackson Hayes.
Rudy
Jackson Hayes.
No.
Hachimura. Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
So we passed up on Tyler Hero. Okay, that's one. That's one person.
But it wouldn't fit. Like, if I'm drafting a team based on Trae Young, why would I get? I would get a 6'8" dude who's a great defender, can shoot threes on the pick and roll. Like, if I'm building a team around Trae, like, he's the archetype of guy that I'm looking for.
So who else was on that board?
I got it right here. Okay. Right after him went Darius Garland. All
right, so I understand why you wouldn't get Garland.
That's another 6'1" guard when you already got a.
Yeah. I said I understand that.
Kobe White, thank God.
Thank God.
God have mercy.
PJ Washington, he's not.
Thank God.
He's not.
I like PJ, but we got John.
No, I like PJ, it's just not at 4.
Yeah, this draft was kind of ass outside of the top guys. Let me keep it above.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think. Because
Gerald, you got to keep in mind he's drafted for a system.
No, that's not true. Because a few lives ago, somebody said that Travis drafted best available.
That was Mike.
No, best available who fits the system.
That was Mike who was trying to hate on Travis. Who didn't?
Yeah, it is best available. It's quote unquote best available, but it's best available who fits my system.
Right.
Okay.
If Travis wanted,
let's put it
fours, he could have drafted Tyree Eason over AJ Griffin.
All right, let's put it like this then. As of now, in my opinion, I feel like DeAndre Hunter's a bust because he doesn't consistently affect the game in at least 2 ways. All right. Now he can change that. It ain't like it'll be on him forever, no matter what he do for the rest of his career. But as of now, I feel like he's a bust. He hasn't played to the money that he's earned.
Yep.
And you saying that's solely based on him being the 4th overall pick?
Well, the over where you're picked is a big determinant on how much you get paid on your first contract, and then also, huh?
No, I was gonna say, do you feel like he's on the top end of that money Like,
what do you mean?
Like in his position, do you feel like his money is like on the top end of like the range per se? What is it, like 20 million?
I hope it's not. I hope it's not.
Because
you're talking about right now, or you talking about in his rookie contract?
I'm saying like once his deal kicks in.
Yeah.
Do we think like where is that money? Like where do we put that? Like middle of the park?
I mean, that's.
I feel. I see what you're saying. It's almost kind of like where we got Bogey now.
In 2 years,
as far as for what his role is.
Yeah, in 2 years his contract could be like middle.
Okay.
But I still feel like he is, as of now, up to now, he's underplayed that. But again, it's because he doesn't consistently affect the game in at least 2 different ways.
But
man, that dude had one.
He's getting paid $20 million, and
that dude had 1 rebound tonight. You hear me?
Right.
And the mid level is about to go up to $13 million.
Mid level is.
Even if it goes up because of inflation, or if you want to, in HR terms, in HR terms, y'all call it a COLA. Even if you want to like fluctuate the numbers from that, in my opinion, he's still underplayed. He's
underplayed slightly over a mid level. Oh, it's not $7 million. It's not slightly, but you know what I'm saying. He's paid. Above a mid level.
If I picked you 4th, I don't care if it's slightly. I don't just like losing. I don't care if it's by 1 point or 50. We still lost. If he slightly played below that, then he still played below it.
I mean, I can agree with you. In a normal year with like great talent, like he probably wouldn't have got picked for. But if I'm picking a dude strictly for my system that I have, like I'm building around Trae Young, I know I need big wings. Like if I'm building a specific team, then I understand why they picked him.
And don't get it twisted. He was raw at Virginia.
Yeah,
he was nice. He was nice. Yeah. That also goes into it though.
So I mean, to me, right? Well, first of all, Hunter, I thought he would do a little bit more tonight. Demond,
20 points in 20 minutes is good.
Well, hold on. In fairness, just real quick, analyst, before I let you go, I do think he's still slightly on a minutes restriction. You might still be on that.
I'm saying as a whole. I'm saying from when he got drafted to now. I'm not going to be unfair to him and say right now.
I was just saying about tonight.
Tonight I feel like he wasn't. I still feel like he didn't do. Like I said, I want him to be a star. My definition of a star, you can affect the game in at least 2 different ways. He had 19 points, so he affected it scoring wise, but he had 1 rebound.
So do you think he affected it last night? In both ways? 2 ways?
In the 4th quarter, he was big. He was big in the 4th quarter. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't really see him make a difference defensively, if that's what you're asking.
That play on
Huh?
That play on DeRozan at the end where he slapped the ball.
That was one play. Yeah, I give him that one play.
But it was a big play.
That was a big play. But it was one play. Like I said, consistently. Yeah. You got to affect the game consistently in 2 different ways to be a star.
I'm gonna say this about Hunter, man, and I don't even want to bash because I think the money thing. I don't think that the contract was a huge deal. I think, DeMond, you brought up a good point. In a couple of years, this is probably going to be a middle of the pack money deal. I do believe that the Hawks took more risk, though, in taking that money. Because if he does, like if this is it and he doesn't take another step, it's going to look like he's severely overpaid, right?
Really? Is that not a plus?
But if he does take another step, I feel like we're gonna get more return on our investment.
Oh yeah, we hit a lick. If he step it up.
I'm also say that I feel like, look, man, I'm gonna give the man some time, and that's fair. I'm just basically saying that, like, for me personally, if a can't miss opportunity game calling,
get his ass out.
we gotta at least consider.
Hey, Rashad.
Hey, I'll take Cam Johnson.
I'll say this though, I will take him over RJ Barrett though.
With a busted up hit.
Hold on, you'll take who?
I would keep DeAndre Hunter over RJ Barrett right now.
Oh hell yeah! I ain't an RJ Barrett fan. I agree with that.
There's other guys in his class.
RJ Barrett's not
and didn't really perform. Yeah.
They really just rolled. Say what?
Culver's on our team, and he was like 2 picks behind Hunter.
Yeah, Culver's a bust.
I wanted Culver. What's up, man?
Rashad, I got some numbers
everything
for you,
we need to know.
You got numbers for me.
Rashad, a couple days ago,
good to see y'all,
you said,
you too.
Good to see you too. A couple days ago, you said trade Trae Young for Tyrese Halliburton.
I love Tyrese Halliburton.
I want to just give you. I want to have the honor of just telling you what.
Wait, who said? Wait. Who said that again, man?
I said that, and I stand by that. I stand in the words of Draymond Green. I stand on that. I stand on that.
All right, good.
Man, y'all got some good heat up there in Portland.
Let me do the honor. Let me do the honor of telling you what he did in 33 minutes tonight. He was 0 for 9 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. He had 1 point tonight. And he had no steals. He had no steals, 2 turnovers.
I like
and he got cooked by Kyle.
I think he's a good player.
That's one game.
No, I don't want to
hear. Analyst wait for you for that one. He wait for your ass.
I like Tyrese Halliburton.
But he ain't nowhere near no trade though.
Nah, I would rather have Halliburton as my starting point guard than Trae Young right now. Now Trae's getting better. I really liked it. The game he played last night. It wasn't a good game, but I felt like he played it the right way. So I give him credit for it. 14 assists, only 18 shots in the overtime game. Usually Trae beat had 32 shots in a game like that. So he cut his shots in half. I appreciate that.
What's
interesting? He should have had 14 shots.
Yeah, he should have. He had about 3 bad ones, but usually, especially that long 3 that he shot. Yeah, he getting better at it. My biggest problem with Trae is I feel like he get in his bag so early that when the game is tight, the defense has already made the adjustments, and he's not a LeBron, he's not a Luka to where he can just overpower you or use his size or his athletic ability to get his shot off. Like Trae has to rely on speed and accuracy. And the sooner that he understands that his ability to pass is going to make the game easier for him, the better he'll be. So that's always my position with Trae. I think Halliburton knows that. When you watch Halliburton, the way that he plays the game, he's a pass first guy. Mm-hmm. He looks to create space. I mean, come on, man. This is one game.
Hey, Rashad, let me ask you a question. Rashad, let me ask you a question.
When Trae had one bad game, you ready to trade him?
When Trae has a good game, I'm ready to trade him.
Let me ask you a question, Rashad. Damn.
Okay, hey, yo.
I would have been like, Trae his ass.
Hey y'all, we got a new guy coming up here, man. Uncle Freezy's coming up here. I think this is his first time up here. What's good, my guy? How you doing, bro?
Hey, man. What's good, man? Huge fan. My name is Uncle Freezy. I'm a YouTuber. I do the Lawrence Tears YouTube channel, Knicks fan. Man, okay. I've been watching y'all for the past couple of days, bro. I'm a huge fan. I was referred to your joint by a dude that does the Dallas Mavericks channel. And so I've been watching your channel for like the past 3 days. And man, I think you do excellent work. I've been reaching out to you the past couple of days, man. I
appreciate it, man. Yeah, we just up here having fun, dog, man.
Yeah, I
Talk
see
about
that.
these damn Hawks, man.
I see that.
Shit. Hey, my bad, man, because I'm fresh out the garage, so that's why I just been chilling right now.
Yeah,
that's why I ain't saying too much tonight, man. But I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I saw the channel and I was like, yo, these cats sound like us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, and y'all know the Knicks fans, or the Knicks fan base is mad passionate. But then when I hear y'all getting y'all, man, listen, this joint right here is fire, bro. Shout out to your chat. They mad knowledgeable and passionate. Man, respect to all your guys up here, bro. This thing is amazing, bro.
Hey, Uncle Freezy, let me ask you something.
Yes,
so, here we go. This
so about 3 years ago, I was in the Knicks chat yelling for y'all to trade for Chris Paul when OKC was trying to trade him, and y'all killed me. So I just want to hear you say I'm right.
Well. First of all,
always looking for God.
Hey.
This ain't about yo, for real. First of all, respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect to all the fan bases I share, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. First of all, bruh, you was absolutely right. But this ain't even about validation. This ain't even about validation. This is about truth seeking. You know what I'm saying? So if we keeping it a buck, if we keeping it a bean, you was absolutely right. And that regime that came in that didn't do, that Chris Paul deal has botched up other trades along the way. And the most recent thing is y'all saw how we fumbled the thing on Donovan Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't come up. I ain't come up here to talk about that though.
You can talk. Hey, you can talk about that. We just got blown up by 30. We ain't got shit to talk about, man.
I got plenty.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I tell you one thing. Once again, it was proven Okongwu cannot be the freaking starting center, bro.
I mean,
bro,
he had
when you start off what I mean, that means you agree, but you don't want to admit it.
This man,
extreme right there.
Come on, man. This man had a way better game than he did against the other teams. Way better game. Grabbing every offensive board.
I ain't fooling with analysts because he think Vic good.
Come on, bro. Come on now.
That man love Vic.
Vic got a little skill. He a little rusty though, man. He a lot rusty, but
he can't shoot. But I like his hustle.
Yeah, I mean he should have got some more burn tonight, man.
He can't make no jump shot. I tell you that shit.
You know who else can't shoot?
Hey, man. Hey, y'all seen I'm just reading the day that did y'all hear about they was trying to package John Collins to the Brooklyn Nets based around Joe Harris?
We didn't want to take on his contract.
Fuck no, man. That dude like 30-some years old, man. Why we old ass?
Hey, if it was 2 years ago, I'd have been like, okay.
We don't need no Joe Harris.
Hey, Mr. DeMond, y'all GM is a former Knick too, right?
No.
Oh, Landry Fields, yeah.
Landry Fields, yeah.
Landry don't do shit, man. That shit all go through Travis, dog. Travis he the godfather over there.
Okay.
We love Travis over here.
I
love Travis.
All he do is lie, bro.
Come on now.
Bro, how many times have I told y'all this?
Better GMs in the league. I will say that. I think he's one of the better GMs in the league.
Bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what my daddy told me, man. I told y'all this before, dog. Don't trust a man with no facial hair and a bald head, bro. Don't do it.
Yeah, my uncles used to say that too, man.
Don't do it, bro. They gonna lie to you in your face, dog. And analysts over there believe in it, but I'm gonna get analysts a pad because he a youngster. Give him a pay. He over there. Hey, ticket. Analysts over there. He still believing in Santa Claus. Okay, so.
But I did have something I wanted to add about.
I think analysts had a question.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering how y'all thought about Leon Rose.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, what you want me to say?
Damn.
Why you gonna put me on the spot, bro? We just met. What the hell kind of question is that?
Y'all got Worldwide West down there too, dog.
Scott put me on the spot.
Worldwide West.
Well, and we'll put it.
Hey, y'all.
We'll put it like this. We'll put it like this. We traded for Cam, right? And we ain't using them, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we drafted OB number 8, and that was 3 years ago, and he ain't playing starters minutes yet. You know what I'm saying?
We're similar though.
Is that a Tibbs thing?
No, that's a organization not being on the same page thing.
Damn, that sound like
that sound familiar.
Yeah,
that sound like
that sound familiar.
Yeah,
You know what the difference is though.
What's the difference?
Our president got rings, so he got validation behind what he's saying.
He got.
Bro, he ain't got the damn. He ain't do nothing to get that damn ring.
Yes, he do.
Bro, y'all just stay giving this dude credit. He don't do nothing, man.
Right,
bro.
Hey, do nothing.
The janitors on the Braves got rings.
Wow. Show did. They sure did give it to him.
But they gave rings to the people in the concessions that were concessions at Golden State last year, didn't they?
But were they in that draft room doing hundreds of hours of work?
I don't want to. Was he the one pulling the trigger? Who pulled the trigger?
Yes.
Hey, over the
bro. Analyst lying, bro.
Go back.
That's Bob Myers, bro.
He was in charge of the draft. I would say that.
Oh my God, bro, y'all.
Bob Myers got hair though, so he ain't ball with no
I'm gonna try y'all.
Y'all gonna ride or die with this guy, man. I'm telling you right now.
Because you got to think about it. If you take out Jordan Poole, right? Since he left, if you take out Jordan Poole since he didn't left. They haven't drafted any good players.
What you mean? They got Wiseman. They got Kaminga. You just see Kaminga.
Wiseman in G League tomorrow.
But why is he in the G League, bro?
Because he's not good.
He ain't playing good, bro.
Now let me just say this too. Let me just say this.
Okay, so what about this? What about Kaminga?
Kaminga's nice. Kaminga nice.
Yeah, Kaminga.
I think they all young.
Overrated.
Yeah, all the young players.
You're talking about one good player in 6 years.
Y'all talking about Hunter or bust, but Kaminga's nice. Man, come on, stop it.
Well, Hunter was drafted.
Kaminga, where did Kaminga get picked?
Y'all say Hunter's a bust?
Man,
that's what they think.
Man, listen.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that.
Because let me tell you why. Freezy. Let me tell you why. Because Hunter, when we drafted Hunter at 4 overall, we didn't draft him to give us one damn rebound. We drafted him. Hunter was supposed to be one of the centerpieces or part of the core. Right, okay, he don't show up. He inconsistent. He always hurt. Hunter should be averaging, and I don't know how many. Everybody know how many times I done said this. At this point, he should be averaging 20 points a night, but he can't do it because he can't attack the basket. He can't beat his man off the dribble. He can't dribble. Period. Okay. I don't care, bro. I don't care about Kaminga, but I don't care what Kaminga
number
is, bro.
7.
Who cares? I'm talking about DeAndre Hunter. Why the hell he can't?
But DeAndre Hunter couldn't do that stuff when we drafted him.
What you say?
He couldn't do that when we drafted. He couldn't dribble. He couldn't take a break man off the dribble in college.
Man, come on, Matt.
He could.
Bro, he was cooking in college. What you talking about?
I'm saying.
You know what, Matt? Every time, listen, Matt. Every time you. This is how I know you like a player, bro. Because you would defend their ass for everything, dog.
He don't hold him accountable,
dribble, dog. How many times, bro? How many times last year? Hey, how many times last year we seen DeAndre Hunter do a crossover and still run into his own defender, bro? How many times you seen that?
Bro, every time he make a move and charge the basket, you hear the piano play. Every single time.
How many times this dude travel, bro? Come on, man.
All I'm saying is, if y'all go back and watch him play,
his numbers it should be higher. You telling me Rashad he shouldn't be giving us 20 points, 5 rebounds a night?
I agree with you. I think he should be around 24 a game. I'm not
exactly, man.
I was wrong about Hunter. I thought that Hunter could be an all-star by now. Now, I still think there's time because he has had a lot of injuries, and like people don't work that well in our system. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just gonna throw that out there. For some reason, people are not their best in their system. With that being said, Hunter, if we were to let Hunter go to the market, I guarantee you he will be starting on all 30 teams. I don't care who you got, with the exception of maybe Golden State. Hunter is a two. Yeah, he would start on the Lakers.
Oh yeah,
he would not. How he gonna start over LeBron?
The Lakers.
No, they moved LeBron to the 4. They moved LeBron to the 4.
Yeah,
he'd be the 3.
Yeah, I agree, Uncle.
Well, maybe not New Orleans. Maybe not New Orleans.
Like the Clippers,
New Orleans,
Golden State, New Orleans. Those are the only 3 places that I can say Hunter would not start. Anywhere else, he'd be a starter.
Bro, what they can have is that.
What that got to do with what that got to do with the production that he should be giving. He should be giving us 20. He should be giving us 20 points tonight. Listen, every time these players don't do something, y'all always be like, man, the system. Man, listen, if this all Hunter has to do, and I said it last year, I said beginning of this year, and when he does it, he does exactly what I think he's gonna do: attack the freaking basket. Stop being scared.
You know, okay. He all the layups.
Rashad, you know how easy.
Listen, get to the free throw line. Hunter should be getting to the free throw line at least 7 times a night.
His I agree. 45, 36, 81.
What?
No, come on.
What you saying?
His splits are 45. His splits are 45. 36, 81. That's probably the highest on our team.
And you know what? It's invisible because I don't see it on the floor. He's not a factor. Did you see his points tonight? Was his 19 points a factor tonight?
Hey, look,
was he a factor tonight? That's what I'm asking you.
At the cost of getting called out, I didn't watch the game.
What you tell me? No, the 45, the 35, and the 81. I didn't see that tonight.
I don't even know what the hell the split is.
You know what I saw? I saw
from the three-point line and the free throw line. That's just
Rashad, you know what I saw tonight?
I'm
gonna tell you the split I saw tonight. 19 points and 1 goddamn rebound for my start.
One board.
But I agree.
So
he should be more aggressive. I'm just saying he wasn't a great rebounder in college. Like he wasn't driving to the lane.
Matt, you give everybody a pass, bro. You give everybody a pass. Come on, man.
He should get better. I'm just
he's
saying.
6'8", Matt.
Bro, it's year 4.
But Matt, Trae Young averaged more rebounds than he did last year. That should tell you something, bro. You accept that? That's the standard.
He should be a better rebounder. I'm just saying in general.
Why can't you just voluntarily say he should rebound the ball better?
I said he should rebound the ball more. But you
was boxed in the corner to say it.
In general, people want to do from college who average 12 points a game in college and then wonder why they don't average 24 in the pros. Like. That's not what he did in college. Like you're expecting.
What did Michael Jordan average in college?
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about the one great. That's like talking about Tom Brady. That's the one great exception.
No, hold on. What did Michael Jordan did that?
What did Karl Anthony Towns average?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is?
Vince Carter didn't average a lot.
The problem is this, man. Y'all be having these low expectations, but when we trade up to draft you at 4, we didn't trade up to draft a dude to give me 15 points.
Right.
I don't care who the class is.
I think they did. I think they don't care about the
points. Who else was there? I wanted them
because
to
take Demond, like I just said, every draft is
at 4.
Bro, we could have traded. To be real, we could have traded. No, we already had Trae.
No. But having Trae is not the deal here. You trade up if you're gonna pick at 4, move up, bro. You talking about asset management, bro. You just not talking about something that's gonna solve the puzzle immediately. Because if that was the case, then why do the deal for DeJounte Murray when you already had Trae Young? You talking about asset management, and then today's NBA is a different game. It don't matter if you run out 2 6'1" guards. Cleveland doing it right now.
Well, they got California trees on the inside though.
Yeah, they do got way better interior defense.
Right,
but
what y'all have on the inside, y'all have elite athleticism on the inside with the Kongwu and Capella.
Say it again.
But a Kongwu comes off the bench.
Say it again.
A Kongwu comes off the bench though.
Yeah, right.
Right. To be quite honest with you, I don't think Hunter is the real issue, because if you on the outside looking in, if you're an NBA fan looking at the Hawks, you're like, yo, how come Atlanta can't get production from any small forward, no matter who they put there? Every small forward, you like whether it's Jalen Johnson, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, the other guy that just left, the dude that killed the Knicks in the playoffs. Yeah. No matter who y'all put at the three, they're not gonna be productive next to Trae Young. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's because they're not featured, but they also for some reason are players. They're not aggressive, man.
Right.
They're not aggressive.
It's hard to play with dudes.
They're not aggressive. I think. Well, with Kevin Huerter always deferred to Trae Young. And I ain't figured that. And you can see it's night and day. He left here. He got over there the second bit minnow. Now he giving them 18 points tonight, 17 somewhere around there.
Because, we played him last night. He looked good.
Because he got free reign over there. Over here, every time he get the ball, the first thing he do look for Trae Young, give him the damn ball.
System.
Right.
You know,
I'm
talking about the individual player, man. I'm talking about the individual player, bro.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, if I'm on the court, dog, and I think I got an advantage, I don't need I ain't got to call no play. I'm finna be like, hey, y'all see Miss Man, I'm finna take advantage of it.
Y'all be making basketball seem like chemistry.
Yeah, y'all think it's like every time you got to come down and call a play,
it does help Demond when the coach call your number, Demond. It does help. I'm just saying.
The coach, if I'm on the court, he ain't got to call my number, dog. I'm telling you right now.
I'm ready. He ain't got to call my. Yeah, he ain't
got to call my number, dog.
But Demond, you just said he's not aggressive. So if he's not aggressive, why don't you?
And that's what I'm saying. He need to get aggressive. Hunter get more aggressive. If Kevin Huerter was more aggressive, we all knew Kevin Huerter had the talent. We saw it. And he had, Game 7 against Philly when he went for 27. We knew he had something there. But guess
that was a matchup thing, though. He had Seth Curry.
But
but
he asserted himself, though.
I'm talking about his confidence. He should have been going.
But they did call plays for him in that game. They did hold.
After he got hot, bro. After he started cooking. Let's not act like we came out there with a game plan based around Kevin Huerter. Let's not do that. They only did that because when he got hot, when he started cooking, dog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. Like I got my expectation. I got high expectations, bro. Like y'all know me, man. I've been cheering for this team for too damn long, bro. So I don't care about none of that other stupid shit. Why I need wins, bro. If you can't help us win, get up out of here. My small one rebound tonight, man. Come on, bro.
That's terrible.
This what I think we should have did.
And Memphis is small. It's small. It's not like they big.
Or Jackson. This what we should have did. If the draft,
you know what? Maybe if we had a backup big tonight. Instead of Frank Kaminsky.
Hey, don't fix your mouth to say that, bro. Frank was on fire. He was 4-7.
He garbage, bro.
No, but he can't bang though, Rashad.
Frank had
we need a real.
He was on a minimum contract. He was on a minimum contract.
And that's what I be talking about, Matt. And that's what I be talking about. Didn't I tell you that last night? This organization is cheap, and you over here worried about the salary cap. That's what I be talking about, man. You not gonna win staying under the salary cap, dog.
Well, if you're not ready to win, you go over
when we gonna be ready, analysts? When we gonna be ready? You must be like Matt. You gotta have everything.
We got 2 years. We 2 years. We'll be ready.
Next year, Demond, we're gonna be ready next year, Demond. I guarantee.
Hey, analyst.
Yeah, 1 more year.
I used to be in sales a lot, right? And sometimes, if y'all worked in sales of any sort, y'all will get the saying, "I'll think about it." And the number one thing I would say to overcome that is, time waits on no man. What I mean by that, there isn't just a time in a box where, okay, we ready to go win a championship. You got to make that shit the time.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta make it there.
Hey, cats, they think it's a magical 5-year plan.
What I'm saying,
like, put it like this.
Hold on, guy. Hold on, guy. What's up there, Uncle Freeze?
So how long you gonna be rocking for a minute, right?
Yeah, they probably will. I'm finna go back to the garage because I'm upset.
Because what I usually do is a joint about 11:30. What I'm gonna do is tell all my YouTubers I'm over here to see if I can get them to come over here on your joint, if that's okay.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate. Hey, one of y'all hit me up on Twitter, dog. I'm gonna be in the garage, man, because I gotta relax.
All right.
So
all right.
Hey, so when they come back, because
I'm gonna tell you my point right here.
Yeah, when he come back, just send a message and just hit me up on one of y'all hit me up on Twitter so I can come back and let everybody let Freezy it back on.
So the analysts, in hindsight, I admit that this is hindsight. If y'all saying that the Hunter draft was too weak, I feel like we probably should have shopped that pick then.
Okay.
And then actually got an established, an established player.
Well, I would have even been fine with Future first. If I could have got an unprotected Future first, I would have taken that. But what I'm saying with the whole tax thing, you know me, I numbers, analytics. You see a letter L, so I'm looking at the numbers and I'm like, all right, sure, we can go into the tax. I'm a fan of going into the tax when we're ready to win. Because if you're not ready to win, number one, you're going to set back an organization 10 steps if you're not ready to win and you're going into the tax. You have no way. Think about it. I said this yesterday. I said
I don't think that analyst.
If you're saying that we're a Pascal Siakam away from being elite, then why would I go into the tax now and then I still have to add Pascal Siakam, implying that we would have went into the tax with Herter and DeLon Wright. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if you go into the tax, you're going to have to basically, to get out of the repeater tax, you're going to have to break up your whole team and reset. Go ahead.
I get what you're saying, but I think that is more.
Portland did it for years.
I think what the Lakers did by trading all of their capital, they pretty much mortgaged their
future
whole life to get Anthony Davis. I feel like that's worse than going into the tax or even paying a repeater tax.
Well, I mean, hey, the Timberwolves.
Yes,
if
you're trying to be a championship team nowadays, it ain't that many licks out there, bro. So you're not gonna go find too many more diamonds in the rough like that. That's gonna put you over the hump, is what I mean. The players that's established, we already know who they are. You pretty much got to get one of those to pretty much win. It ain't like the 80s and 90s where you can just solely build within and then boom, you got a championship team. And even in those days, they didn't add on 5 pieces, but they might have added one player here and there to kind of polish off their roster. Nowadays, you got to have you a squad, bro.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. I think, my bad, man, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just saying, I think I think we're definitely adding Murray this offseason. I think we're one step closer. If we would have went into the tax though, then that next piece you're looking for is either extremely hard to come or it won't come. You're just gonna have to basically do what do what the mom is saying that we've been doing, dumpster diving for talent. You're gonna have to go out there. You're gonna have to sign the Carmelo Anthony's on the minimum.
But that's assuming that you don't want to. That's assuming you want to save money.
Right.
If the goal is to save money, then you're saying makes perfect sense.
You have certain restrictions though. Like the taxpayers mid-level is not the regular mid-level. It's like $3 to $5 million. Okay, you're gonna have to find a vet that wants to come to your team and say, all right, if I come to this team, then we can take that next step. If they don't feel that way, you're either gonna get overpaid or you're not getting anyone with that money. Uncle Freeze, I wanted to ask you, as far as like, I don't mean to change the subject, but as far as like, it's kind of similar. If you all would have traded for Donovan Mitchell, would you all have been, because it was rumored that RJ was in the deal? Would you all have been cool with RJ and whatever Ainge was trying to get on top of 4 to 5, maybe 6 picks?
Well, so for one, when you're on the outside looking at the Utah Jazz and New York Knicks, you know what I'm saying, you have to understand that what the Cleveland Cavaliers paid for Donovan Mitchell and what the Knicks would have paid for Donovan Mitchell are two separate prices. Yeah. Right? For one, not sure why that is, but Knicks fans feel like what we were offering was above and beyond what the Utah Jazz got from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right? Because at the end of the day, why are we offering you RJ Barrett, who is a 20-point per game scorer in multiple years, and Colin Sexton now is coming off the bench, not even a key contributor? You got to ask yourself, is Colin Sexton better than RJ Barrett? And in my mind, no, because he's not a defender, right? He's not a scorer. He's a streaky scorer, and he can't stay healthy, right? So for one, why am I offering you RJ Barrett when the other guys are offering you Colin Sexton and he's not even a contributor? And quite honestly, Colin Sexton may not even be better than the guy that's coming to, or the guy that's starting for you right now, Jordan Clarkson. If the Jazz got RJ Barrett, Jordan Clarkson's coming off the bench. But instead, the Utah Jazz got Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson is starting. Right? The point that I wanted to make to you about your over the cap thing, I think you are absolutely wrong, but not wrong in a sense where your strategy is wrong. I think it's a bit of naivety, right? 75% of the NBA is going to operate over the cap, because based on what the CBA offers, it benefits a team more to operate over the cap with short-term contracts as opposed to operating under the cap and not getting the mid-level exception, not getting the veteran minimum, not getting the veteran exception, not getting the biannual exception, and all those type things.
I was talking about the luxury tax.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the luxury tax threshold, then that's something different. But being over the cap is one thing, and the luxury cap threshold
a lot of teams over the cap.
We're over the cap,
but
right?
if you're
we're over the cap. I'm talking about the luxury
over the cap. We're
the luxury tax has
$2 million.
Okay. I don't know why I didn't hear it that way, man. I apologize. But if you're the Atlanta Hawks with so much talent, if you're the Atlanta Hawks with so much talent, bro, if you're
tell them on
the Hawks, the Hawks have a Trae Young, when he gets his game right, can make the playoffs and give a team fits when he's right. Right now, I don't know what's wrong with Trae Young. I don't know. Maybe it's an adjustment period. But when Trae Young is Trae Young, you don't have to be a top 2 seeds. You just need to make the playoffs, because that team is currently constructed can threaten a top 3 seed. And we saw it. I'm not just making this up, because the Atlanta Hawks made the Eastern Conference Finals, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's one of the things, man. I think the Hawks are in a weird spot where it's just like a chemistry thing and less of a talent thing. Because Trae Young is talented. DeJounte Murray is talented. Clint Capella is talented. John Collins is talented. You know what I'm saying?
You heard him, Matt?
Hunter is talented.
You heard him, Matt?
I think it's more so about the system than it is the talent.
Yeah.
I think
it's oh my God.
They don't want to go.
Wait. Don't say that. Don't say that too loud, Uncle Freezy, please. Freezy, they can't stand Clint Capella.
Started some shit.
Matt can't stand Clint Capella.
Uncle Freezy,
I think Onyeka's going to be better long term, just like I think Obi Toppin is going to be better than Julius Randle for the Knicks long term. But if you talk about right now, I guess not. But
how dare you?
Right.
You don't think so?
I love Julius.
Hey, Freezy, I got a question.
Obi Toppin is going to be better.
Are you asking me?
Absolutely do not.
Are you asking me if Obi is going to be better than Julius Randle?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I knew it.
Thank you. How dare you, man?
Okay. Yo, think about this, right? Think about this. Julius Randle is 20, 10, and 5 every night, whether it's a good night or a bad night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. And Obi Toppin has been here for 3 years, and Obi Toppin will be 25 in March. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Obi would be 25 in March, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Obi was better than, or was even threatening Julius Randle, you would see them split. Okay, give you an example. Last night, Julius Randle was ejected from the game against the Sacramento Kings right in the third quarter. Right, Julius Randle had 27 points in the first 25 minutes of that game. The Sacramento Kings had absolutely no answers for Julius Randle. None. They had no answers for Julius Randle. And that's what Randle faces on a nightly basis. Even when we played y'all in the playoffs, when Gallinari was trying to guard Randle, Nate McMillan knew off the rip that Randle was going to destroy the Hawks. And so y'all bumped our cutters, right? Y'all bumped our cutters and double teamed Randle as soon as he touched it. Yeah. I was there. I was in Atlanta. I live in South Carolina. Okay. I was at State Farm Arena up in the suite. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was in Atlanta. Yeah, I saw this thing firsthand. Atlanta knew they didn't have answers for Julius Randle, but when Obi Toppin stepped on the floor, they was just like, let him shoot.
Hey, something to add to the Julius Randle discussion real quick. Something to add to the Julius Randle discussion. I've been following him since he got drafted. I watched two teams I always watch, the Lakers and the Hawks. I was pissed when the Lakers traded him. I was pissed when the Lakers let him go, rather. Something that no one talks about, Randle actually can play the 5 really well. Right. And before he got to New York under Tibbs, he actually did play the 5 with the Lakers, and he played it in New Orleans alongside of Anthony Davis. So if Toppins was a guy that gave you a level of production, they would be able to slide Julius to the 5 and play a lot faster. But
I think it has to do. I personally think it has to do with Tom Thibodeau. I think Tom Thibodeau does not. So he don't play traditionally. He don't play young dudes. Traditionally, he does not play at a fast pace. Traditionally, he holds for dear life onto the veterans, kind of like our coach plays them to the ground, 40-something minutes a night. So I think it has more to do with Thibodeau than it has to do with Obi Toppin's talent.
So, man, when Derrick Rose won the league MVP, right? Derrick Rose was 22 years old under Tom Thibodeau in his third year. And that same year, he played Taj Gibson, who was a rookie, and Tony Snell. That team that was giving the Heatles all that smoke. That was a very young Chicago Bulls.
I know.
Team.
I was a Bulls fan. I know.
Right.
That negates what you just said, man.
I said over his career.
And furthermore,
just real quick. I stand by that. Over his career, he does not play rookies. He doesn't.
But at the same time, now you said young players though, but in Minnesota,
he doesn't play young players.
He also played Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins together with Zach LaVine and other young players. The only reason why he didn't play all of them together for the long term is because they couldn't win without a veteran. It's the only reason why he traded Zach LaVine and the pick that turned into Lauri Markkanen for Jimmy Butler is because they needed a veteran that could play. That's the only reason why he traded them. If you go back and listen to Tibbs, Tibbs loves Zach LaVine. And the only reason why he traded them is because Zach LaVine was hurt and Lauri Markkanen, the pick, that was Lauri Markkanen, had value on draft night.
Freeze, I got a question for you. How you feel about what's your take on Nate McMillan? How you feel about Nate McMillan?
Lord. Nate McMillan time is expired. You saw it in every trip, bro. Whether it's Portland, whether it's Indiana, he's good for like the first 2 years or so. But once he gets into that third season, his message starts to rub people the wrong way. It's like that old school coach that yell at you all the time. By the time you in your senior year, you just tired of hearing them. That's what. And plus, on top of that, I think you have to coach today's superstars a different way. Like you have to coach a Trae Young a different way. You have to understand that Trae Young is high IQ. Trae Young is not a dummy out there on the floor. Trae Young knows how to play basketball. And so you got to take the handcuffs. Now, situationally, you have to say, hey, Trae, listen, in this situation, we're gonna do this. But you have to understand that when you have guys as talented as the DeAndre Hunters and the Clint Capellas and listen, y'all don't understand how jealous other teams are of y'all roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, we talked Mavs last night, right? You know what I'm saying? We collaborated last night. We talked Mavs. Bro, we was talking about bench players so deep on a bench. I was like, yo, this is embarrassing to talk about like on national TV, bro. But then when we talk about y'all got dudes that like John Collins who would be a starter in other places. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Atlanta Hawks are talented, bro. I just don't know if Nate McMillan is.
So who would you replace Nate McMillan with?
Jerry Stackhouse.
Oh, that's good. That's a good.
Shit, I ain't think about that.
That's a deep guy right there.
And the reason why I say Jerry Stackhouse is because the Toronto Raptors that y'all looking at with OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, he actually coached them in their G League affiliate. Yeah, and he coached them to a championship. And the reason why he fits also is if you like Darius Garland, well, guess who Darius Garland's coach was at Vanderbilt? Jerry Stackhouse, and he plays the same way as Trae Young.
That's Ingram's godfather.
The only thing with Stackhouse is he's kind of it depends what you read, but they say he's very kind of like overbearing in a sense. So
right,
like Nate,
kind of kind of like Nate.
Attention to detail.
I don't know if I'll call it attention to detail, but so I don't. But he like Stan Van. They said about Stan Van Gundy, like he good the first 3 years, but like he wear out his welcome. Like he wear you down. So I think you need more. I'm not saying like a bubbly guy, but you need more of a, you need more of a Nick Nurse-ish type dude w's more in tune on the sidelines and like.
Bro,
he's always thinking of a solution out on the court as opposed to like,
Nick Nurse the truth.
Yeah, they come from the same coach, bro. They the same coach.
Nick Nurse straight, but
bro, Nick Nurse got a ring in his first season.
Nick Nurse one of the best 5 coaches in the league right now. I don't care what nobody says.
I would like Point said a couple weeks ago. I would go with a college coach. I will go with a college
I say 5 to 7.
Oh no.
Okay.
5 to 7? Damn.
I can't even
5 to
think
7.
I can't think of 3.
Not a lot.
What you say, Gerald?
Coaches like that.
I said I give him 5 to 7.
5 7.
Are you thinking in the standpoint of like who can win a championship or just like what they've done?
What they've done.
Well, this is what I say about the coach that replaced Nate. We got to find the next genius. That's
fact.
That is
on what end? On which end?
I've been saying that.
On the basketball court. Like on the
No. I'm asking, does he? Because it ain't that many coaches that's a genius on both sides. Normally they have one strength. Is it a defensive genius or offensive genius?
Well, either one.
Offense.
No,
like because
you got to go all in on
like
offense.
Like for instance, let's talk about Kerr. Kerr's system that the Golden State Warriors run is not his system. That system was invented by Alvin Gentry.
Yeah,
that is Alvin Gentry's system. Kerr understood 2 things: that I have to put my players in the best position. So he brought in the best offense to highlight his best player. And secondly, he was able to implement a defensive system and get the buy-in that he built around Draymond and the ability to switch. So those are like whatever side you're a genius on, you can find prospective assistants or associate
on the other side
to fill in the gaps. But you just need someone who is great. I mean, like ahead of the curve at one thing.
Okay.
And then we fill in the gaps from everywhere else.
I was saying because the way that the roster is built, you gotta go. In my opinion, you gotta go all in on offense because get defense.
Yeah, but we'll consolidate. Like with Uncle Freeze. This is why I say we're 2 years away. One, because Nate hasn't coached a full 2 seasons yet. He hasn't had a full 2 seasons. He's approaching that. I think you got to give him about 3 seasons. But this is why I say this. No. You got one. Our steps are we have to consolidate talent. Freeze ain't the first person I heard to say this. Everybody that talks about the Hawks says the Hawks have so much talent. I don't understand what the problem is. That's what everyone is saying across the league. So, one, we have to consolidate talent. We have to, like all of these John Collins and Laconwu and Griffin, listen, 4 players are going to be left, if you ask me. That's my position. 4 players are going to be left when we enter our championship window. That's one thing. And the second thing, you got assets. You bring in the coach that capitalizes on Trae Young, both his flaws and his successes. And then you formulate from there through consolidation, through building out your coaching staff, and the rest of it is history, man. But like, you can't look at where we are now and say this is the type of team we have, because everybody knows we got to consolidate. Everybody knows.
Well, I won't say I disagree in a sense, because to me, when I hear consolidate, you get, you thin out and you get specialists. You get better in some areas, worse in others, and you're dependent more on less. So I would rather flip the coach and get a better strategist as a coach, and then look at the talent and say, okay, what do we need with that coach that's going to be here for the long haul? Say, okay, where do we need to fine tune? Where do we need to take a little bit away here, put a little bit more over there? But I don't think you can make that evaluation with Nate as the coach, because it's such an imbalance between the way that the front office sees the game, the way that the front office has the system or wants the system to be done, and the way that it's currently being executed.
Freeze, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes, sir.
In New York, who implements the system? Is it Tibbs or somebody on Tibbs' staff, or is it the front office?
All right, so if we're analyzing our systems, right? You have to look at what systems are we talking about. If you're talking about the offense that we run, it's definitely Tom Thibodeau has a philosophy, but we're definitely running what I think is a Johnny Bryant offense. Johnny Bryant is our associate head coach, right? But
okay, so he's on the coaching staff.
Yeah. He's the associate head coach. Right. So, but here's the thing. Tibbs has a philosophy. So he's like, I don't care what you run, as long as I get these things, for the most part, on every possession. Our philosophy is 2 feet in the paint. Like, we want to penetrate your defense and spray out to shooters that have open looks for 3. That's our philosophy, right? Now, Tibbs don't care how you get there, basically, whether it's pick and roll or read and react. And y'all run some of the same stuff that we run, because watched y'all. I probably watched like 12 Hawks games. Y'all get the ball up top, is read and react. Then the point guard winds up with the ball in a high ball screen situation. He'll probe, try to get into a paint. If the floater is there, he'll take it. If the lob is there, it's to Capella. But if the defense collapses, then he sprays out to 3-point shooters. That's what we do, right? The only difference is y'all have maestros and we don't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have DeJounte Murray, or have, but defensively, what we're gonna do, we're playing ice pick and roll, like the opposite of that. We know y'all want to get to y'all pick and roll, right? So what we want to do is force y'all's pick and roll to one side of the floor and make an elite playmaker make difficult passes all night against us through very small passing lanes, so that we can pick y'all. It's kind of like what Darrell Reeves used to do to receivers. You know what I'm saying? Make them make accurate passes all night, right? Unfortunately for us, y'all have like 2 guys that can do that on a nightly basis. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let me ask you this. Does the front office have any influence in the system offensively or defensively on the court?
No, it's with us.
Yeah.
Unlike other organizations, for us it's just win, baby. The front office don't care. The front office is going to get players to try to support what Tibbs wants to do. The front office is only concerned about wins and losses. You know what I'm saying? They don't care stylistically how it looks. If Tibbs says we need a bunch of 6'4" guards instead of 6'8" wing players, our front office is going to go do that. And you've seen that traditionally. That's what we do. We've passed on guys like this year in the draft. We drafted Ousmane Dieng and traded him immediately to OKC. and then we drafted Jalen Duren and immediately traded him to Detroit.
Y'all should have
right. And then in the second round, we drafted a 6'4" guard out of Duke, Trevor Kills, who fits the profile of a Tom Thibodeau rotation guy.
So Matt, the reason why I say that is because
I know where he was going.
Because in our organization, Travis he's the president now, but he was the GM up until the end of last year.
Travis the GM.
He has his own system that he wants ran.
Right.
And the head coach is supposed to somewhat just, I guess, reinforce that system. Now, how do you feel about the front office having input on how the product on the floor is ran as opposed to the coaching staff?
Is that directed to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I felt like when he first got the job and also and subsequently got promoted, I felt like he was looking to reinvent the Golden State Warriors in their approach.
Yeah,
because for outsiders looking at y'all, he felt like he already had his Steph Curry, so all he needed was a 6'7" guard to play next to Trey, and I think that's where the Kevin Huerter pick came in, or the playing of Kevin Huerter. And then DeAndre Hunter being the Harrison Barnes. Right? The only thing about that though is people forget that Draymond Green plays an integral part of what the Golden State Warriors do, so that guards don't necessarily have to do 100% of the playmaking all the time. Sometimes they can just go out there and shoot. Right? I think where the Atlanta Hawks are right now with so much talent. And I'm talking about just basketball talent. I'm not talking about how they contribute, because I agree when Damon was like the one rebound thing makes me mad just thinking about it, right? But just for the most part, if you're talking about basketball talent, man, the Hawks are probably top 10 talent in the NBA. Does their record reflect that? No, right? Because I don't know if all the pieces fit. You know what I'm saying? With Travis being the GM, I think he is doing a great job of acquiring talent. Like, man, listen, the AJ Griffin pick,
gold.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
I mean, come on, bro. And the Johnson kid from Duke last year, and maybe he just like Duke small forwards, because I think y'all had Cam Johnson and AJ Griffin, right?
But Johnson was that Draymond Green pick a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. He got to learn how to finish better, though.
Hey, you know who's supposed to be next? Y'all remember Omari Spellman?
Yeah.
He got too fat. We
had him.
Couldn't stop eating cheeseburgers, bro.
But Gerald, what you talk about with Travis is different from Leon Rose or Wild West, because I think Wild West coached a little bit, but Leon Rose was an agent. Like Travis was a coach for 10 years or 12 years. He was
I get what you're saying. But my thing is, when it's almost like, Damon, you probably old enough to remember this, when Bill Parcells was like, pretty much Jerry Jones was getting his business too damn much.
Yeah.
It's like, if you hire me and my staff to coach, let us handle the stuff on the field. You worry about the stuff off the field. That's how I feel. And it may be a little old school of me, but that's how I feel it should be ran. I feel like the coaching staff implements the system, and not the GM shouldn't say how the system should be.
But I think it's different in this case. Well, Jerry Jones, he drafted well over the years, but he didn't really, he didn't really have a football background before he bought the Cowboys. Where Travis
played at Arkansas.
Yeah, he played at Arkansas.
Well, I'm saying, like, he didn't, like, he wasn't like scouting talent or nothing like that before he bought the team. He wasn't like heavily invested with them before he bought the Cowboys or any football team. But with Travis, it's different. Like, he was, like I said, he was an assistant coach for 12 years. He was sitting next to Don Nelson, and I think that informs a lot of the way he drafts and the players that he's attracted to. So with Nate, it's like, yes, he made a bad decision by hiring Nate, but at the same time, to me, he he still drafts like he's building Golden State. Like he still drafts faster than dribble dudes.
If that's the case, then Travis should have made himself the coach. If he want to make his own system, is my point.
Yeah, you can make that.
I don't think you can buy into that, man.
Well, Gerald, I'll say this. I don't agree with that, but I do believe that Travis should have hired a coach that fits that vision, right?
So
wait a minute, y'all.
What I don't understand, why y'all keep saying that, man? Why do y'all?
Because it hasn't happened yet.
Why is Nate still the coach? So
I don't know.
In our time,
he just got us to the Eastern Conference Finals.
His buyout.
That's why
he's still here. His buyout probably like $5 million.
Look, man, listen. One, a GM telling you the system that he wants to run.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's what they call it. That's bloatware. That's bullshit, bro. Like,
yes.
The GM gonna tell you know what the GM gonna tell you? What he thinks you want him to tell you. Right. That's his job. Like the GM is not going to tell you the intricate part of how we should execute to win games. His job is to find talent and to acquire them and to balance the team. Like he's not.
But Rashard, I'm not saying he's telling Nate, hey, let's play up to this. But I am saying
Golden State system was not brought in by
Bob Myers,
Travis Schlenk, and Bob Myers. Right. Golden State system was brought in by Steve Kerr.
Right.
Like
I got that
he
part,
is like whatever he wants us to do does not matter. Like his job
he don't want to get the players.
To tell us how to play.
No, analysts, the hierarchy don't work like that.
Wait a minute. You don't want him to have input on the way we want him to play, but you want him to keep drafting guys and then have a coach that coach the exact different.
So okay, so if you hold on, if you I'm gonna go back.
It's not a one and done thing.
Yeah,
it's a linear thing. It's called building a franchise.
Is that not what he did? Is that not what he did?
No, that's
if I could just jump in here right quick, analyst. If I could just jump in right here right quick, man. I love this cat analyst. He's got like this naivety about sports, bro. I'm loving it, right? But here's the thing, analyst. Here's the thing. Before Steve Kerr, were you giving that front office credit for drafting Marco Bellinelli?
Nah.
And Andres Biedrins and Anthony Randolph? Nah, you wasn't. Nah. Those are the draft picks that were drafted before Steph Curry. Steph Curry gets there, and Mark Jackson unlocks Steph, Draymond, and Clay together. The coaches develop a skinny kid out of Davidson, a slow wing player out of Washington State, and a dude out of Michigan State that should have been a top 10 pick, but was a second-round pick because he had attitude problems. The coaching staff developed them, right?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Where I want Travis to hire his coach to do that.
But the point is, if you give the front, if this is solely the front office, then how come we not touting Marco Bellinelli?
Well, hold on. The reason why I separate Travis from those dudes is because he wasn't in the front office when that happened. His first draft was Steph Curry. Then it was Clay. Then it was Draymond. Then it was Harrison Barnes. Then it was Patrick McCaw. Then it was, I think.
It gets worse after that. It gets worse.
But did he tell Mark Jackson? Did he or Bob Myers tell Mark Jackson what to run on the court?
No, but the reason
not even his system, man.
But what I'm saying is the reason why Mark Jackson, y'all can say it was different stuff, but the reason why they reported that Mark Jackson got fired was because they said the same things they're saying about Nate. The offense was stagnant. It was unimaginative. They felt they lost a lot of games that they felt like they should have won.
Bro, we know why Mark got.
I know.
It wasn't that.
I know.
It was.
But I'm just
saying
it
was that, but it wasn't that.
I know. I'm just saying publicly. That's what they're saying, right? So Steve Kerr comes in, and Steve Kerr, I was listening to a podcast he did maybe a year ago, and he said he sat down with the ownership group for Golden State, and Bob Myers and Travis, of course, was in the room. And he asked Bob Myers, like, what do you like? If you could dream, like, what would you want the team to look like? And he talked about ball moving because he grew up, watching the Lakers and from LA and all that stuff. So Steve Kerr said he went back to his hotel room and came up with not a system, but a philosophy, offensive philosophy of how he wanted to play. He said he just took what Lacob said and made it into, and he created a system or principle.
But everybody says ball movement. That's not like some ginormous complex concept.
But the nuances of the ball movement, the nuance, the ability.
That was on Steve, right?
That was Steve, yeah. But what I'm saying is with Nate, we talk about the Hawks. Nate, when has he ever shown the ability to be a creative offensive coach?
Look, Mark Jackson didn't have this system.
I'll wait.
Yeah, he's more of a defensive guy.
And Mark Jackson was playing Draymond Green off the bench. Steve Kerr came over. Steve Kerr said, "Why is this dude that can dribble the ball?" So y'all complaining about Stephen Curry turnovers.
You forget that he had Andrew Bogut was the big part of that first championship too.
He was, but even Andrew Bogut, they ran the offense was completely different under Mark Jackson than it was under Steve Kerr.
Yeah,
Mark Jackson
had Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Andrew Bogut. But the offense wasn't ran through the high post. It was ran. It was basically what we do. It was pick and roll.
It was pick and roll, and horns.
With Stephen Curry. Yeah. That's all it was under Mark Jackson. Now you could say they won off of that, but that's all it was. With Steve,
they didn't win big. They won like we winning now. Like they were a lot
second
like
round.
They were a lot like what we are right now. No, that's like the year that he lost his job. They lost to the Clippers in the first round, and that was with the Clippers going through the whole Donald Sterling scandal.
No, I'm saying the first one of those years they went to the second round and lost to the Spurs, right?
Yeah. One of those, yeah.
That was 2013. Then 2014 they came back the next year, lost in the first round to go to the Clippers. But they felt like they shouldn't have been. It was 2 versus 7, but they felt like they shouldn't have been a 7 seed because if you go back and look at that year, I believe they lost 7 out of their last 12 games or something like that, and the majority of those games were home games. But they said because the offense was stagnant and Mark Jackson didn't hold Stephen Curry accountable. What are we complaining about with the Hawks? Nate McMillan doesn't hold Trae Young accountable.
I give you that.
It's a lot of parallels. It's a lot of parallels between what happened there and what's happening here.
There's one difference.
So why do people say bring Mark Jackson here? If that was
I didn't say that. I didn't say.
I never said that. I don't know where that came from.
Bruh.
I guess because they think
Mark Jackson could be.
He gonna put Trae Young in his place. I guess that's what they think.
I wouldn't mind Mark Jackson being here. I like the Jerry Stackhouse thing that Uncle Freeze said, just because Stackhouse has the resume of the next great genius. Like he's coached a ton of games on the G League level. He's won a ton of games on the G League level. Who else did that? Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson did that.
Nick Nurse did that.
Nick Nurse. So, I feel like it got to be a proven winner that comes here.
Nah, because proven winners. I mean, say that
couple shows ago I said we got to go in the NCAA pool, man.
It got to be a proven
winner. Hell no, not the NCAA pool. The NCAA game too different than the NBA.
I know y'all gonna kill me, but I said Becky Hammond. That's what I said. Because I'm going off of a mind. I know the money was going to kill me. I know the money.
I said a proven winner. I ain't say the summer league champ.
I knew that was going to kill me. I knew that was going to kill me. But I'm going.
English, you know that shit's
But listen, though.
I know. Hey, you can't be serious. You serious?
Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond was in the NBA.
Well, listen,
wait.
Are y'all for real? Are you for real?
She was a finalist for the Portland job.
Listen.
You said the WNBA. You said
no. I know, when I say in the NBA, I mean she was assistant coach.
Yeah, she's part of Pops. She part of Pops Street. She was on this.
Hold on, wait. Jamal, why you saying that? Our tough guy, our street guy, Murray, swears by her. Calls her a brilliant offensive.
What he gonna call her, dumb broad?
No. What I'm saying is, he's our tough guy, and he swears that she could be a head coach in the NBA. and he's our tough guy.
Matt, don't tell nobody that, bro.
But I'm saying y'all going off of that because she's a woman. I'm looking at her mind and how she coaches.
No, I'm not saying that because she's a woman. I'm saying that because she ain't done nothing in the NBA. I feel like
I ain't gonna lie.
you gotta be a proven winner.
Go get Brittany Griner and shit.
Right.
Come on.
Well, okay.
Bring in at least.
I'm going off of the way she coaches. I'm going off of her.
At least go get
schemes. I'm going off of her adjustments,
bro. At least go get a legend. At least say somebody like a Candace Parker, who you know, nice.
Yeah.
Who got?
She don't have any experience.
Not proven on the coaching level.
She
Becky Hammond was a legend.
Hey, listen, real quick.
Becky won a championship.
Outside of Becky Hammond, one dude.
I don't want no WNBA.
One person in particular who I believe it was Zion on the Pelicans swore by was Teresa Witherspoon. I don't know if it was like a coach.
She a dog.
Man,
she a dog.
But Demar, what I'm saying is, if you
to be high
obviously Trae
you
Young
ain't
is more
finna sell.
talented.
Matt, you ain't finna sell us on no Becky Hammond, bro.
No.
But listen, can I get 30 seconds?
I would like real talk. I don't think what you said, Matt, was crazy. I think like
right.
Like if you look at her resume, she has a resume that at least affords her the consideration to be a head coach in the NBA.
However, that's true. That's true.
She was a finalist for the Blazers job.
And raised in Atlanta, and look, that's just some shit that can happen that you can do. You get away with in other places that you can't get away with in the A. So I just nah. A white woman as a head coach.
For the Atlanta Hawks.
Like, nigga.
I
lose anything. That will not go well. But
I think the thing you guys have to consider is before you hire somebody, before you hire Nate or fire Nate, I'm sorry, you have to look in the mirror and say, what is the Atlanta Hawks right now? Where we going? Right?
Nowhere,
like based on the talent and where we are with contracts, what kind of team are we? Now, in my mind, as a Knicks fan, I think the Atlanta Hawks are a top 4 talent in the Eastern Conference. Mm-hmm. I think depending on the playoff matchup, I think the Atlanta Hawks are a Eastern Conference final contender, depending on the matchup. Now, if y'all get Philly, I think y'all can make the Eastern Conference Finals. If y'all get Milwaukee, they're gonna wipe the floor with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being honest, right? So if you talking about going out and getting a coach, you're not thinking about getting Becky Hammond to come in and rebuild the program for what?
Exactly.
Y'all already got the talent. Y'all already got the talent.
No, I'm not looking at her to rebuild the team. I'm looking at her to take us to another level. That's what I'm.
This man said mentally.
I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her. I know y'all are caught up on the fact she's a woman. I don't care.
No, I'm not.
No, we not. No, we not. It ain't got nothing to do with.
No. Listen, based on what I was saying, if y'all are an Eastern Conference Final contender, a second round and up type team, then you should be looking for that type coach that'll at least get y'all there. Yeah, you Becky never proved that. If
I'm picking from the retread bin, there's nobody that's a retread that I want that has a chance. I mean, I don't want Frank Vogel, right? Like I don't want Mike D'Antoni, who's 70-something years old. If I'm picking from the retread bin, like who do I want from the retread bin?
Well, I have 2 guys. Matt, you can. I think you already know the 2 guys I'm going with here.
About to say a whole bunch of second round guys.
Who you got? Who you got? Anos?
Snyder.
No, he ain't. No.
I like Snyder.
He Nate McMillan.
No.
Whoa.
Tell him again.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Nate had never had consistent winning seasons like Snyder.
Wait, hold on. I'm looking at Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan, which y'all has a 57 win percentage with y'all. And over his career, he's over 54%. Nate McMillan is a winner. He had bad seasons, and the reason why he got fired is because his bad seasons
were terrible seasons.
Right.
Not because his overall body of work was bad. Right?
No,
if I'm y'all, I'm looking at young, fresh coaches like the inventor of Dame Time, not Terry Stotts, but Caleb Canales. Right? You have to look at names like Caleb Canales that takes a guard from the inner city of Oakland, California that went to Weber State. They put their hands on him and they turn him into Damian Lillard. Right? Well, now here's the thing. Most teams can't do that because they don't have the talent. But Atlanta right now has two guys at the same position that can do it. So you got to consider what's on your roster and where you want to go. You just can't pick a name and be like, we'll make it work through magic. This ain't Disney, bro. This is real life.
I also like Kenny Atkinson. I think
I agree. I agree with Big Ticket. Whatever Big Ticket just said when he heard Kenny Atkinson name, I agree with him.
I mean, come on,
Kenny Atkinson.
This.
What has Kenny Atkinson ever done?
He ain't done nothing.
He rebuilt a Brooklyn team from trash.
Bro, we not looking to rebuild. We not looking to rebuild. We looking to win the championship.
Right.
We looking to add floors.
But what I'm saying,
Rashad, because you ain't getting off with this thought I just had. You said 3 weeks ago to a month ago, you said you would hire Scott Brooks as the head coach.
Look, man, that was about 6 weeks ago.
You said what?
That was about 6 weeks ago. First of all,
no.
And in my defense,
that man ain't say that.
That Gorilla Glue be hitting different, bro.
That man ain't say that.
You don't like Jay Wright either, Don?
Really? I have watched a lot of his coaching clinics that week, and I really like the system, man.
Come on,
what about Jay Wright?
Coaching clinic,
right?
Yeah, I watch coaching clinics all the time, man. That's my thing.
No.
But
I like the system. I go as an offensive coordinator, but not as a head coach. Hey, hell no, bro.
I just want to point that out.
Kenny Atkinson,
hey,
Scott Brooks,
man. I gotta get out of here. I gotta run. I do the Knicks at Night podcast every night, man. I'm gonna definitely shout out your joint on there. I hit up We Talk Mavs on Twitter already. He the person that referred me to y'all. So what I wanted to say just real quick before I get out of here is, man, it was a pleasure chopping it up with y'all, man. When we go down, I'll be in Atlanta on the 20th January, with the Knicks contingent, bro. So if we meet up, bro, you know what I'm saying, that is definitely all love. Man, listen, man, we got to collab in the future, bro. You got something to be flying under the radar, bro. We got to get you out here, you know what I'm saying, in this network we in, you know what I'm saying, to get you some more subscribers, you know what I'm saying, get you some more, you know what I'm saying, get more people watching your joint, because you got a dope joint, right?
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Couldn't do it without all my homeboys right here, man.
Nah, I know it.
They ones right here, dog.
Yeah, I know. You got a crew. That's why I was shouting out your crew from day one. Respect to all the panelists, bro. Y'all got a dope thing going on. I'm gonna get out of here, but I'm definitely a fan. I already subscribed to the channel and turned on all notifications. And what we should be doing going forward, Atlanta, why my man ain't at least 4,000 subscribers yet? Y'all bugging. Subscribe to this channel, turn on all notifications, man. Support this man and his work, and hopefully in the future, man, we can link up and do some collabs. Gents, it was a pleasure. I appreciate the fact that y'all had me come, you allowed me to come on sight unseen. Much respect to y'all, man. I'm out of here, man. Good evening.
Hey, freeze! Leave your link in the comments, bro, so we can
so we can hit the channel up.
Yeah. Word, no doubt. I got you, bro. All right, y'all.
Peace.
All right.
Hey, it was a good thing we stayed on tomorrow.
That was dope, man.
I know, right?
This thing, yeah. Hey, he know his shit.
Yeah, he was with it. He put me to
shame. Boy hit me with some vocabulary word.
He put me to shame. He know all the draft picks. I was like, man, my stats, I don't know, man.
So, I got one for you and Gerald. So, y'all want to get rid of y'all want to get rid of Travis, right? We're talking, and Brad Stevens.
I didn't say that. I just said that he did.
I said if the coach get fired, the GM should get fired.
Who you gonna hire?
I do agree with that. Because they're two coaches.
So if he fired Nate, you think he should get fired?
Now.
So if he fired Nate, I think he should get fired.
Yeah.
Then we
y'all
rebuild
just
him.
heard another team say how talented our roster is.
Fire the GM, fire the coach, rebuild him.
No, what we saying is